right. So, hello everybody. January 8th, 2024. It's been Monday, so in the red again. And addressing the number one question that I get for that, which is how do I save money? I got two answers for that. The question is, are you trying to save money spending or are you trying to save money earning? I'll explain more. Let's go to the spending part because that's what most people think of first. The number one way to save money when spending is to prioritize what you're spending on. If you're trying to save a few cents here and there, then you would prioritize, say, buying a cheaper brand of your favorite pasta. If you're trying to prioritize, say, starting a business where you need $15,000 startup capital within 7 months, well, then you're going to be a bit more strategic and probably avoid eating out and avoid buying Christmas gifts for that season or something like that. You'd be a bit more intense about it. So the main thing is about knowing your priorities when you're spending. All right, so how can you spend? What are some very practical things that you can do? Coupon clubs. There are lots of people who clip coupons, even in this digital age. There's even digital coupon clubs where you join the group, whether it's on like Reddit or Facebook or whatever social media you have, and people share together different coupon codes and different things that they found. So you can do coupon clubs. Savings groups, like I think it's called Groupon, where a bunch of people get together and you get to save as a group. You can do stuff like that. There's always, to me, the most obvious, which is minimalism. I mean, go without something. So that's not the most popular one in a very consumer-based place, but going without stuff is actually very, very doable for most people. Another thing with a lot of my younger clients I have been noticing is keeping track of your streaming services and your monthly/yearly renewals. It is amazing how many people I go through with their finances and they think they've got it all out, and then we're going over their bank accounts or their credit cards, and I'm like, well, what's this? Oh yeah, I get a renewal for my software. Oh yeah, I get a renewal for my hair care product. They don't think about these things, but it is taking your money. So let me go to my point number 4, which is the number 2 way, which is strategize earnings. Okay? You can save when earning if you use strategies. Let me explain. Point number 5. Earn more and have side hustles. How can you earn more? You can ask for a raise. A lot of times, if you're in a certain job, you know if you can ask for a raise or not, and you probably already have. But what I mean by earn more is you're already making, say, $18 an hour. Start putting your resume out there. Start talking to people. Start getting some job offers. And when they make you the offer, say, hey, this sounds really cool. I'm currently making $18 an hour. Can you match that? And if they say, no, we can't, say, okay, thank you. I'm going to pass on this opportunity. You already got the $18 an hour job, so don't get rid of it. Use it as leverage. That's how you earn more. As far as having side hustles, this depends on your amount of willingness to put in effort. And it is amazing how many people are not willing to put in the effort. You can find a side hustle in almost anything and everything that you do. YouTube especially is a great resource for it. I don't need to waste your time on that. All right, I'm going to go to point number 6, which is to give yourself a reality check. People who are 50, 60, 70 years old, you ask them about their childhood. You ask them about what type of housing they lived in, what, type of stuff did they own, how much stuff did they own, and they have a very, very different concept for what they need as a baseline for their life. Now, it's human nature to, if this is your baseline and they say, hey, think about this, you're gonna feel like you're losing something. But the reality is the vast majority of human beings who are going to have access to this video on the internet on YouTube, you could do without a whole lot of stuff that you have been paying for. Now, if you already have stuff and you like the stuff, keep it. I'm not trying to tell you that you have to live this minimalist lifestyle. I'm a writer. I could never live a minimalist lifestyle. I have got to have my books, and I mean, I've got a storage unit full of them. Like, I cannot be without them. I'm not here to try to tell you how to live your life. What I am telling you, though, is moving forward in the future, when you're thinking of spending money, you need to give yourself a serious reality check and do I need to make this purchase at all? And then that's the priority. And then the second question is the strategy. Okay, I do need to make this purchase because I need to eat. Okay, now can I get a quality at a cheaper price? That's the priorities and the strategizing. Priorities and strategizing. Number 7 is, how intense do you want to save? Like I said, it depends on what your goals are. Like when people say, how do I save? I usually counter immediately with the question, well, what are you saving for? If you're just saying, hey, how do I save because I'd like to save an extra $15, maybe $75 a month just on what I'm spending. Oh, okay. Well, then you'd have small little bits here and there that you're wanting to do. But if you're saying, oh my gosh, how do I make rent next month because there's no way I'm going to make it, that's going to be a very, very different intensity level to the future choices you're going to make. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow because the only power you have when saving is in your future choices. If you're already in debt, you're already there. If you're already low on your emergency fund or don't even have one, you're already there. So attacking yourself, feeling guilty, just being frustrated and bitter, none of that's going to help you. It's not going to be helpful. No, it's going to happen. It's human nature. Don't worry about it. When that happens, just take a deep breath and remind yourself, okay, I can't do anything back there. But in the future, my very next purchase, my very next impulse to buy, now I have control, now I have power, and my priority is to take that power. So I'm going to leave you with the last point is that once you get your priorities straight and once you get your strategies in order, it's just a matter of consistency. You will get your goal. Now, if your goal is to save $1 million and you're making $18 an hour right now, you better have a very, very long time frame on that goal, okay? But if you prioritize and you have the right strategies, you will eventually reach your goal. Where I see a lot of clients fall off is when they don't know their priorities. It's like the phenomenon of, it's January, so how many people are going to the gym? Yeah, New Year's resolutions. And by March, many people have fallen off. They had a priority temporarily, and then they changed their priorities a couple of months later. So if you have your priorities, now don't get me wrong, they're going to adjust, they're going to go. Sometimes you can save more, sometimes you have to save less. That's okay. But you have to be consistent in what your priorities are. You can't say on Monday you're going to eat completely clean and vegan, and then on Tuesday night go out and have a meat lover's pizza, and then on Wednesday be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go back to vegan, and then by Friday you're going back to the, all you can eat meat buffet, and then you turn around and go, oh my goodness, why aren't I losing any weight? You're not being consistent with your priorities. Now the strategies are 100% up to you. I get a little frustrated when I have so many people come up to me and say, how do I do this? Like, tell me step by step how to start a business. I could tell you generalized. You want an entity. You want to know how you're making money. You want to know how you're getting clients. And then you want to know how you're going to provide value to those clients over a long period of time. That's how you run a business. Now, the specifics of each business for each person with each client, that's going to change. And I think that we have kind of lost in our modern society of algorithms and everything is just right there at the snap of your finger. And we expect easy answers to just be fed to us. And that's not going to happen. People do business with people, and each business is different. You would not run a bakery, an in-person bakery, the exact same way as you would run, say, a digital clothing store in an online game. They're two different businesses, both valid, but they're different. So how you would structure them on the back end, that's when you need to ask attorneys, CPAs, other people in the industry. So while you have your priorities and you have your strategies, that's how you're going to get to your goal. I want to do a shout out today. I know she'll never see this because she doesn't like to watch the internet, but her name is Sally. And yes, she was one of the inspirations toward one of my characters in my book, Your Money Sign. Her and I used to actually go out and do Secret Shoppers. And that was so much fun because she was extremely frugal. She really knew, I mean, she still had just a rotary dial-up phone that her mother had gifted to her. She's never bought a phone in her life. And last time I saw her, she was in her early 70s. So it was just really refreshing to be around someone who isn't so brought up in the consumer culture. She really had a lot of ways of saving money in a fun way. Gosh, it was so much fun, so much spontaneity. It was great. I guess I'm going to leave that with you. Check out my book, Your Money Sign. This has been January 8th, Spend Monday, How Do I Save Money? Thank you guys for being here. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.